We also have the declassified list of Obama officials that could go to jail, should go to jail. I mean, I think it's like a 5-year sentence for unmasking General Flynn. It's fantastic. Where do we start?
Well, I mean, it's that last one's pretty tempting. I mean, a whole...
Yeah, it is.
I'm curious because I'm not a believer that this stuff ever happens, right? It doesn't feel like it ever happens. Like, we always talk about these, like, big charges that are coming down. And, when it comes to these big, powerful people in Washington, is it ever going to really occur? I suppose if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Donald Trump.
Yes.
So, let's start there.
And he has reason to.
Yeah.
Really? Now, I mean, because, we could all die before we finish that story. It's like when you go to a restaurant. Start with dessert. You could die before the meal gets here. Start with dessert.
It's fair, although it doesn't necessarily cleanse your palate.
All right.
If you end on an appetizer, it doesn't necessarily cleanse the palate that well.
Well, I usually have, I made it to dessert, so I'll have a second dessert.
Mm-hmm. If all you eat is dessert, then you're always living life to the fullest.
Exactly right, Stu. Finally, someone who understands me. I married the wrong person. Acting Director of the National Intelligence, Richard Grenell, has declassified a list of Obama administration officials involved in the illegal unmasking of General Michael Flynn in wiretapping. Now, what's interesting is we almost had Grenell on. Do you remember? We had Grenell on because we knew he knew something. And it was during the Biden thing. And at the last minute, we couldn't get the satellite up or whatever it was because he was over in Germany. Well, Attorney General William Barr is now in possession of the list and has the authority to make the document public, according to ABC News. Grenell visited the Justice Department last week, delivering the list of Obama administration officials before AG Barr announced the dropping of the DOJ case against Flynn. Flynn pleaded guilty to one count of lying to FBI investigators about contacts with former ambassador of Russia. But he withdrew his plea when the legal team found evidence of potential prosecutorial and investigative abuses. So here's what happened. They knew back in late 2016, in December, that the FBI had nothing on Flynn. And then there was a meeting at the White House. And at this meeting was everybody, including Barack Obama. And it's now been revealed that Barack Obama knew about everything. Now, this is new because Clapper had testified, no, I didn't brief him. The president wasn't involved. He didn't know. But now we know that, yes, indeed he did. And I'm trying to remember who was there at the meeting. It was somebody big who was surprised that Obama knew about all of this. And so they knew that the FBI was closing the case. And Obama said, no, you don't want to do that. You want to keep this open. You just want to keep this open. And so they kept it open, and they were looking to take down General Flynn one way or another. This is why that FBI agent wrote and said, I'm confused here. Are we trying to find a crime, or are we trying to get him to lie so we can force him out? So that's why that is important now. So it is, they were trying to get him on a Logan Act violation. Now, the Logan Act is from like the 1700s, okay, when we had actual foreign people going over to distant lands that may have had some sort of allegiance to those lands. And they were representing themselves as able to talk to for the United States of America. And Washington wanted to make sure that nobody was doing that. You don't speak for America. We have a Secretary of State that speaks for America. Nobody has ever been prosecuted for this, including Ted Kennedy, who went over to Russia at the height of the Cold War and was telling them what we were doing and not to worry about it. I don't know. We're all bluster. Okay. He went over and was was aiding and abetting and providing comfort to our sworn enemy, Russia. Never. Nobody's ever been prosecuted with this, okay? It's old-timey law. But that's what the FBI wanted. So now it looks like we have these declassified names. It's Comey, Clapper. Who else here? Comey, Clapper. I don't have the list in front of me, and we don't know who's on the official list. This is just speculation. Obama and Biden could be on this, and I will tell you that there's a reason that Donald Trump came out yesterday and really had at it. Here he is on OBAMAGATE crime. Listen to this audio from yesterday. Trump accusing Obama of OBAMAGATE.
What crime exactly are you accusing President Obama of committing, and do you believe the Justice Department should prosecute him?
OBAMAGATE. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected, and it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now all of this information that's being released, and from what I understand, that's only the beginning. Some terrible things happened, and it should never be allowed to happen in our country again. And you'll be seeing what's going on over the coming weeks. But I wish you'd write honestly about it, but unfortunately, you choose not to do so. Yeah, John, please.
What is the crime exactly that you're accusing him of?
You know what the crime is. The crime is very obvious to everybody. All you have to do is read the newspapers, except yours.
Okay, so here's the crime. Obama had, unexpectedly, intimate knowledge about the details of Flynn's phone calls with the Russian ambassador. The FBI acknowledged at the time these were not criminal or even improper. But the problem is the president has said that he didn't know about it, wasn't involved in any of this. In fact, there was testimony from Clapper saying he was under oath in Congress, and he said, did you brief the president? Did the president know about this? And he said no. So now he's committed perjury under oath in Congress. Now, here's the real problem. Obama has said this is a problem, that we're not prosecuting Flynn because he said the charges against Flynn were perjury. And he said this is something that is hurting the rule of law in America. Quote, the fact there is no precedent that anyone can find for someone who has been charged with perjury just getting off scot-free. Yeah, I would say that would be Bill Clinton. But why stop there? Obama said that's the kind of stuff where you begin to get worried that basic, not just institutional norms, but our basic understanding of the rule of law is at risk. Yes, we said that about Bill Clinton. And everyone said, well, yeah, but it was only a personal lie. It was a lie to protect his marriage. Okay. Well, Flynn, he lied. We know that he lied. The reason why he's not being nailed for it is because of the rule of law. There wasn't an investigation that should have been going on. You can't just, an FBI agent can't just walk into your house and you're talking to him and you say, you know what? I really think that you're a wonderful individual. And he says, you're lying to me. That's perjury. No. If he was doing an investigation and that investigation had a warrant and was authorized and it was a legitimate investigation, then you could get him for perjury. But because this wasn't a legitimate investigation, this was a setup, he can now say, no, I lied to you, but you can't prosecute me. It's just like Miranda rights. If you don't read somebody their rights, you can't prosecute them. You can't use the things that they said because you didn't tell them their rights. That is all about due process and the rule of law. What's Clapper's excuse? Clapper was covering for Barack Obama while under oath about an illegal investigation. There's nowhere to go there. So if Barack Obama cares so much about perjury, he is throwing Clapper under the bus. And it couldn't happen to a nicer person.